Hello. I should never be left to my own devices with buttons to push and a computer because I'm like, ooh, let's try that 30-second countdown and let's try that little kindness podcast intro and see what we can do. Yeah, I'm terrible at all of it, everything to do with technology. But hey, I show up, right? And that's the name of the game. I'm so glad that you showed up today. We have a really special kindness podcast live for you today. And this one is celebrating World Kindness Week. There is a man, and his name is Roberto Corona, and he lives in Chile, and he is on a mission to collect smiles and to show the transformative power that smiles have over our own lives and over other people's lives. And so he is a photographer and has been collecting smiles, and it's just the most beautiful project, and I can't wait to share it with you. But I think before I introduce you to Roberto, I would love for you to see this 3-minute video. It really explains exactly what Roberto is doing and the power of a smile.
Who wants to be happy here? Raise your hand if you want to be happy. Hi, my name is Roberto Corona, the Smile Collector. And this is Robi. Robi smiles all the time. Have you ever felt lost? I did, and that's how my journey to happiness started. It happened in Times Square, New York. I was feeling invisible, like I didn't matter, until one person came to me and said,
Hey, I'm Corey from Norway.
I'm Roberto from Chile.
From Chile?
I felt a little confused because the first thing he asked.
Do you have a coin?
I was disappointed.
Sorry, I don't have money with me. I thought you were a friend and you were asking for money. He laughed. I collect coins. See, look.
At that moment, I decided to start my own collection, but I won't be collecting coins. I will be collecting smiles. Since then, it has been 7 years, hundreds of destinations, thousands of smiles. And Robi smiles all the time.
This film is based on a true story.
It's a celebration of diversity because each character is from a different place in the world.
It's a message of hope that unites us with a smile.
A change that happened within, whether you travel the world or you go through an internal journey.
And I'm free like a bird, gliding on the sky so high upward, traveling the heavens, my heart is stirred. I'm free like a bird, soaring over mountains above the tree line, discovering the world is mine.
I was never alone.
I'm being drawn in, something's calling my name.
Robi was with me.
And I know that if I answer, I will never ever be the same.
I learned that it's when you get lost that if you pay attention, life will show you the way.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Robi must defeat his own fears to make a positive impact in his journey, to show to the people that from the moment you perceive life as a gift, you will find in gratitude the key to happiness. Happiness was always there within me. The only thing that I had to do was to find myself and reconnect with my inner child. And this is what Robi represents, our inner child.
please let me introduce you to Roberto Corona. Yay, the real
Hola.
life.
Hey. Hi.
Hello, you're joining us live from Chile. What time is it there?
Oh, it's 1:00 in the afternoon.
Okay. Oops. I have the YouTube thing was still playing and it was playing in Spanish. So I thought, is that you or me? Which one of us is listening to Spanish right now? And it was me. So 1:00 in the afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And I would love to hear a little bit about your life story, about how you got to this point, because you studied engineering, you studied medicine, and then you just realized it was time to find your passion.
Yes. I remember in my last year of engineering, I was working with some client that asked me for a web development. And I decided to give my best. And then I connect with photography. I discovered there my passion. So I was doing a picture for my client so I can show their services. And then I realized, wow, this is what I really want to do. This is, I've been studying so much for things that seems right for my family, but not maybe for myself. And then I choose to start my own company in wedding photography, and then it escalated to something bigger. And then I was doing the whole production, and then suddenly I feel, okay, is this what I really want? I feel like I was successful, but I didn't have time for myself, for family or friends. I was so busy that one day in 2012, I get robbed in my company. So they took everything from me. They took computer, cameras, all my equipments, and then I felt like it didn't worth it. I worked that hard for nothing. I had to start all over again. And then I realized there was just one camera left behind, and I took that camera and I felt like, okay, this is a sign. This camera reconnect with my passion, and I decided to start my travel doing wedding photography, but from a couple from different places around the world. And that's how I start traveling. So I reconnect with photography. I connect with something new that I really was looking forward to do, but I wasn't able to do it because I was always busy. So I start traveling and I feel like I was a child again. But before I start, I received this gift, this little doll that is just behind me. There was a gift from my family, because they thought, wow, Roberto, we love your pictures, but you're never in it. So from now on, every time you get to a new place, please take a picture of this little doll, because this is you now. And I felt like a little ashamed at the beginning, because I thought, wow, people will make fun of me. They will laugh because this is this old guy with this little doll. And then I realized, no, it's something meaningful, because all the love of my family is right there. It's a handmade doll. So my sister made the clothes. My mother cut the smile, so it looks like me. My father bring his first camera and put it in the doll's neck, so he can be a photographer just like me. And that's how Robi came alive. And then the Smile collection was part of this journey, because I realized that it's about the people. It's about to connect with different stories and people that is open to share what make them smile. So when you focus in something that bring you happiness, you spread that happiness with the world. And that's how everything started.
Do you feel like people reacted differently to Robi the doll than they acted toward you or toward any other live walking human being?
Yeah, at the end, it's about every experience, because everyone is unique. At the beginning, I was only holding a sign that said collecting smiles. Mm-hmm. So people was stopping to that. because it's like similar to the free hugs movement, you know.
Yes.
But I realize if I connect the free hug movement with the collecting smiles movement, I will be able to not only give free hugs, but at the same time to listen and learn from the stories of the people. Because every time I took a picture, I asked them what made them smile, and they always connecting with something beautiful. So I was growing from those stories. And then Robbie become part of the journey because I make this promise to take a picture of Robbie every time I get to a new place. And it was like getting more followers in my Instagram and my Facebook. So people was asking, where is Robbie, what he's doing? So it become like a character.
Yeah.
So I was doing the stories of Robbie. I showed him in different places, and I was like something fun to do while I was traveling. And then people wants to meet Robbie and hug him. And one particular story that make this journey really magical is like I was trying to take a picture of Robbie close to a beautiful sanctuary where only spiritual leaders and monks can enter. And there was like this beautiful lagoon, like crystal clear. And I want to take a picture of Robbie right next to it. And I put Robbie in a rock, and I will take the most beautiful picture. But Robbie just go directly to the lagoon. He fell off, and then a monk rescued him and bring it back to me and said, "Now it's blessed." And I said, "Wow, that's beautiful." So I take this little doll, this wet little doll, back to me, and this is magical. This is something special. So since then, people feel, and it's like this magical illusion that when you really believe in something, it becomes real. So every time someone hug Robbie, they will connect with all this positive energy and love of thousands of people that already hug him. Mm-hmm. And next to this beautiful gift that I received, this little heart that comes inside Robbie. There was, the Build-A-Bear company.
Yes. Yeah.
They can give you a birth certificate for your special dolls. And Robbie have a little heart that every time that someone hug him, it will start beating. So this make the whole experience more beautiful, because every time someone get closer to Robbie, we feel this emotion and this heart. I will reveal this secret, because I have it right here. Look at this.
Oh, precious.
So now the thing is, people get emotional because they are connected with the story, so they know that they will have a beautiful day if they hug him. Mm-hmm. And then they suddenly they start to feel his heart beating, and they feel like, wow, this is special. And they get emotional, they start to smile really wide open, and they share the story. Like, that's part of the experience. And I realized that it's not only about photography, it's about connecting with people and saying that even we are so different, everybody smile in the same language. Mm-hmm. And that's why I learned in this journey. It has been already 7 years since I started, and I never stopped until March of this year. Like the
when
whole
COVID hit,
world stopped, and I started a really important journey, but to rediscover who I am. And this has been.
You were back in Chile at that time. Then when
no, I wasn't in Chile when everything started. I was in LA. Actually, I was with Corey. I was with Corey with
Corey Harness.
Yes, we were doing this beautiful project of connecting with different producers. We have in our mind, in our heart, this beautiful project of bringing back to life and through animated series the adventure of Robi Smiles traveling the world. So we prepared this trailer, this draft of what we want to achieve with this concept, and we were so proud, and we were doing so much, and then suddenly everything has to be in pause for a second because the whole world stopped. And so I came back home. I reconnect with my family. I was able to focus in building up some ideas for the foundation. I ran a foundation, the Foundation Robi, that spread positivity and kindness through emotional education. So that's my goal, to spread a really powerful message that invite us to smile and to reconnect with our inner child.
Mm-hmm. And so the idea would be to take what you've learned about our emotional intelligence and put that into a book and be able to then have teachers teach it within the classroom?
Yes. Actually, we open a contest. It's a open contest for the whole world. So we want to hear if you have any idea that can contribute to this. If you have any idea that can contribute to this contest, please apply, because we have $2,500 for the first prize, and it is. We will like check all these ideas and put them together to really nurture this book. So
is that what you're still doing? Is that contest still open?
Yeah. It's still open until the end of this month. So you still have.
So explain to people exactly what you want from them. You want what?
We want to hear their experiences, what they are doing, so they can facilitate the way they're learning in these COVID times. Everything has changed, so people need to really focus in what they are able to share through emotional education, through values that are necessary in this time more than anything, and how we can bring back the attention to the things that really matters in the education process. Now that we have the opportunity to rebuild the way we learn, we can come up with some new ideas, and that's what we want to learn. That's what we need to know.
Yes. And so where can people share those ideas with you if they have one?
You can go to my website, robismiles.org, and you will find all the information and all the options to get involved.
Is that collectingsmiles.org, or is it different?
There are different websites. The robismiles.org is the foundation. The collectingsmiles.org is my personal project, the Smile Collection project.
Okay.
But are connected. So if you get to the Collecting Smile project, somehow you will see the foundation there too.
Okay. Excellent. I happen to believe that when we really focus on kindness, the life that we end up transforming is our own. So I'm wondering if it's the same with smiles, because really what you're doing is just through that smile, you're connecting with people. So I'm wondering, have you seen changes in yourself in the last 7 years since you've been a part of this?
Yes. I feel more alive. I feel like I remember the first time I was collecting smiles. I get all this positive vibe and energy that feels like I was walking in air, like lighter. And then sometimes you realize you become a mirror of the smile of the people. So every time someone shares something positive, you feel all this positive vibe, and the only thing you want is to spread that emotion. So at the end, the project is about sharing. So every time I get to share a new smile, I share this collection with the people that I met in my way. So I have these little smiles that every time I met someone, I ask them to choose some picture randomly. So they choose, for example, this one, and I will tell the story behind this picture. So every time someone give me a smile, I give back a story that make them smile. And that's how it works. So, and this card is not only for them, is so they can activate this movement. That's how we connect with Corey, because he has the good card movement.
Yeah.
So it's so similar in the way people pass this card to someone else. So the card must come back to the original country the picture was taken in a paid forward way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Every time you do something nice, you pass the card and you share the story, and that's how the card start travel.
Oh, I love that. I love that. We only have a few more minutes, but I'm wondering if you would share some of those stories, some of the things that have really touched your hearts from those smiles.
Yeah, actually, this one is really beautiful. That was in Fez, Morocco, and I asked him if I can take a picture of him. At first, he asked why, and I says, because I'm collecting a smile, and he started to smile, and I passed him Robi, and he couldn't believe he was holding a doll, and he started to laugh at the situation. And then I took the picture. I asked, what make you smile? And he started to think a little and says, every time I sell a carpet, a new carpet, every time I sell a new carpet, I smile. And I said, really? Yes, because every time someone took one of my carpet, they're taking part of my passion, part of my story. They're taking my designs to their home. So I feel like I'm going with them through my art, through the expression of my life. And then I realized, wow, it's not only about selling carpet, it's about giving something meaningful and get connected through what you do in life. Even the small things can make an impact in others people's life. So that was a beautiful lesson that I learned. And every single story is connected to something that make you feel like, okay, you're growing, and you're able to spread this positivity every time you connect with someone new.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you for kicking off World Kindness Week with us here on the Kindness Podcast Live. Robbie, is there anything else that you would like to say, to share, to encourage, or to direct people?
Yes. At the end, you discover that the key to happiness is being grateful for the things that you have in the present moment. So let's do a little exercise of gratitude, and every day at least remember 3 things that you must be grateful for, and make someone else smile through these little things that can make huge difference in other people's life.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. From my heart, I'm just touched that you would take the time to talk with us.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Well, I just want to encourage everyone to, again, find that gratitude that you have. Those 3 things that Robbie said, find 3 things to be grateful for, and share your story about what makes you smile, because it certainly makes other people smile too. And as we continue on with World Kindness Week, just a reminder that tomorrow is Tuesday, November 10th, and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a live on Facebook, just like we're doing right now, but I'll be doing it with the KOLE Aberdeen Public Library, and it is a Q&A with the author, and I happen to be the author. So I am in the hot seat talking about my book, The Negativity Remedy, with Kara Perrian from the KOLE Aberdeen Library, and she has a whole list of questions that she's come up with to try and figure out what makes me tick. So we'll see. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. And I hope that you have a day that is filled with kindness.